Hello there everyone and welcome to another episode of PSHE4You. This is episode 14. You're joined by myself, Paul, and Caroline and Vicky from PPP. Now today we're going to be talking about vaping or e-cigarettes. So vaping has become really popular over the last few years. It was originally designed to help adults who smoke cigarettes and tobacco products to quit. But we have actually seen in the last few years a real increase in young people, teenagers who've never smoked tobacco, starting to vape. So Caroline and Vicky, hi there, welcome. Really nice to see you both. Now, both of you work quite a lot around vaping in your jobs. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do in regards to vaping?
Yes, it's Caroline here. We do a lot of work in schools with years 8 and 9, giving them some information about smoking and vaping and the health harms. We do work with retailers, so we do very brief advice work with retailers online or face-to-face about the sorts of questions they should be asking young people, forms of ID they should be looking for. So it's all about the AIDS restriction there and how they do that. And we also do test purchase operations. So we use young volunteers, 16 and 17-year-olds normally, to see if we can identify places that they might be being able to buy age-restricted products. Vape products are age restricted. You have to be 18 to buy them.
Okay, great. Thank you for that, Caroline. That's been a really helpful overview. It'd be great to get into a bit more detail about some of those issues that you've raised there. So Vicky, one of the things that Caroline's mentioned there is around vaping and our health. So what's the deal with that? Are there health harms with vaping? Is vaping a good idea for your health?
Yeah, thanks for that, Paul. It's a really good question. So yeah, we've all seen people walking around with these colourful vapes, but yeah, they are actually bad for your health. So vapes, whether you're aware or not, they do actually contain nicotine. Now, nicotine is one of the most addictive substances that we have access to. So smoking vapes can cause the same addiction as smoking other tobacco products like cigarettes. They are an alternative to cigarette smokers as an aid to quit smoking. So it's like inhaling an aerosol. Any form of inhaling substances into your lungs is not advisable, as it can make asthma and other chest complaints worse. Although it's clear that vaping is not as bad for you as smoking tobacco, there is no clear data at this time about the long-term health effects vaping could have on you. So it's probably best for your own health to avoid it completely, unless you are using it as a tool to stop smoking tobacco.
Thanks, Vicky. That's really helpful. And it's really clear there that obviously vapes can be used as a really effective tool in order to stop people that are smoking tobacco, to cut down on that. But it's also, it's also obvious that there may well be some harms attached to vaping. We don't necessarily know about those yet, but it's unlikely to be harm-free. And of course, it does contain substances like nicotine, which really just aren't good for us. So thank you for unpacking that.
Thank you.
Caroline, you mentioned around age restrictions. That might be a bit of a surprise for some young people to hear that. So do you say it's 18, right? Is that the age restriction for vapes to buy? Yes,
you need to be 18 to buy vapes in the UK. Vape sellers don't actually require a license to sell, although that is being looked at. So a similar sort of license to the license that you need at the moment to sell alcohol. They can sell vape products, but they have to look at ID. They have to ID the person, really, if they look 18 or younger. And we recommend that they actually do a challenge 25 policy, so that anybody that looks under 25 could be ID'd, and obviously they would sell to those that are 18 or over. They must ensure the vape products are legal to sell in the UK, and the vapes are being sold out of many a variety of outlets, really, including barber shops, markets, phone accessory shops, and vape shops, which are popping up all over the place. Many of these shops aren't used to selling to age-restricted products, and we have found in our test purchase operations that they are more likely to sell to our young volunteers. So we're doing a lot of work around that with retailers. There are a high number of illegal vapes on the market, and trading standards departments are seizing those where they are found, and taking formal action, so taking people to court. What we're finding is many of these illegal vapes contain very high levels of nicotine, reservoirs that are too large, and charges that are often dangerous, and once plugged in could cause house fires.
Wow, okay, thank you for that. Yeah, clearly can recognise there's some issues there, and obviously people do need to be wary that if they are vaping at all, that if they might have bought a product that's not safe, that could have some real risky implications there. So thank you for talking us through that. So to sum up, Vicky, obviously we've talked about the fact there's age restrictions, we've talked about the fact that, you know, vapes are, we're not sure of the long-term health effects. How would you sum up, if you were to give one bit of advice to young people about vaping, Vicky, what would you say?
Yeah, my advice to any young person out there that's actually thinking about doing it is, yeah, vaping may seem like a cool thing to do. People that are manufacturing these vapes are really clever, and they're designing them and marketing them to look really, really colourful, really modern, and they're marketing them towards young people, unfortunately. But the question that you've got to ask yourself is, why bother doing it? As I mentioned earlier on, vaping can lead to addiction. A lot of young people are really, really unaware, and parents are unaware, that these vapes do actually contain nicotine, which we've already discussed is one of the most addictive substances that we can actually get our hands on. And that they can actually cause harm to your health, which again, a lot of young people do not realise that, you know, they can actually cause things like asthma, bronchitis, people that actually have problems with their chest. It can cause these illnesses to actually become much, much worse. They are a good tool for people that are trying to quit smoking, and that we are aware of. But if you're not smoking tobacco already, please, 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 you know, avoid these the vapes. They are actually just going to make already health issues worse. And if you are involved in smoking vapes, you know, you can stop smoking them. There is support available out there to help you to quit. You can speak to a responsible adult, like your parent or a guardian, or a teacher that you find that you can talk to. Most schools have school nurses. They're really, really good people to go and chat to for advice and support on how to stop smoking cigarettes, or if you're vaping, to stop vapes. And the community school nursing team are also available to help and support with issues that you may have.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Vicky and Caroline, for all your help today, talking about vapes. The details for the community school nursing team and other places where you can get advice around vaping and cigarettes can be found in the description of this video. We hope you've enjoyed watching it, and we'll see you again next time for another episode of PSHE for You.